Hello, I'm Gail Whitaker. This edition of York News is all about traditions, old and new.
How many of your veterans, raise your hand?
We begin with an older tradition, Veterans Day. Originally named Armistice Day and first celebrated in 1919, the holiday was renamed in 1954. In York County, Veterans Day ceremonies are held in York Hall.
I want an American helmet and anything you think is safe to play with. P.S. Please send me a knife and case and a canteen cover.
This solemn tribute focuses on stories and letters from war, with excerpts from wartime correspondence read aloud. Further marking the occasion and our appreciation to members of the military, past and present, a tolling of the bell is performed, along with other patriotic moments. Among those participating this year, the York High School NJROTC, the Comte de Grace chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution, the Morehouse Society Children of the American Revolution, and Disabled American Veterans. The Veterans of Foreign Wars Chapter 824 served as color guard. The annual event is organized by the York County Historical Committee, and you can see the replays right here on WYCG TV. Now here's something new. Lafayette has returned to Yorktown, only this time he's not going back to France. The American Friends of Lafayette, along with other kind donors, including the county and the Celebrate Yorktown Committee of the Yorktown Foundation, commissioned the statue of Lafayette to be placed along with those of General Washington and the Comte de Grace at Riverwalk Landing.
All of my pieces up till now were commissioned by corporations or by celebration committees.
The statues, the work of Williamsburg artist Sid Player, are depicted in conversation, most likely discussing the Battle of Yorktown, and commemorate a meeting held in September of 1781. Stop by, see the recent edition, and help us welcome the Marquis de Lafayette to Riverwalk Landing.
Wine sap apples is also the basis of our sangria.
Another tradition in Yorktown is the annual Yorktown Wine Festival. One of the first wine festivals in the region, this year's event featured 14 Virginia wineries and a variety of international wines. It was a beautiful day by the river to sample and shop, listen to great music, and be among friends. And don't forget, there's always great music at our events, and this was no exception. Unleaded, an acoustical rock band, and local favorite Slap Nation were this year's featured groups. While this event has been around for a while, there is something new every year. So be sure you don't miss it next fall. The 2018 calendar comes out in February with all the dates.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good. The latest and greatest event added to our roster, the Vintage Market, held early November, is sure to become an annual affair. This first one was a huge hit with a variety of artists and vendors.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
Food trucks and concessions. And so successful that shoppers and sellers are requesting we hold another one in the spring. We'll have to see about that. Vendors sold handcrafted signs, toys, woodwork, and items that had been upcycled through skill and hard work. This event, held at the McReynolds Athletic Center, brings us to the lower end of the county, spreading the fun around, and is the first non-sports related event held at the MAC. We're floating ideas for other events at the MAC, so stay tuned. You never know when a new tradition is just around the corner.
Your brand is an expectation of who you are.
Over 100 people attended the Home-Based Business Resource Fair and Conference, organized by the Office of Economic Development in partnership with Yes Williamsburg, York County Chamber of Commerce, and James City County. The conference, part of the award-winning Home-Based Business Program, which just won the International Economic Development Council Gold Award, bringing the number of awards up to 3, featured over 20 exhibitors that offer support services and products, plus a day full of conference sessions and breakout tracks, focusing on topics such as how to market your product and franchising. If you have a home-based business or you're thinking of starting one, check out the program on the website, yorkcounty.gov.
Narrowed our selections down to 10 semifinalists.
Another great opportunity for launching a business is the annual Start Peninsula Pitch Competition. Drew Copley attended this year's event and shows us how it all works.
Welcome to Start Peninsula 2017, an event featuring local entrepreneurs all competing for a chance to win a cash prize that will eventually help them to grow their startup.
Starting a business is one of the most overwhelming, daunting, all-consuming challenges. And though you can kind of go to school for it, there's nothing that replaces real-life experience.
It's a weekend competition where people that have just a business idea are able to come and pitch that idea to a panel of judges, but also an audience. And then from there, they're able to gain business validation of their idea. Does this idea make sense? Am I solving a problem? And get the feedback so that you can determine if you should pursue that business idea any further.
I think it's one of the best events around that brings together, picks out the entrepreneurs from the community and gets them all together in a single room for an entire weekend. And it's just awesome to see that much support in this community for that.
Start Peninsula is much more than just a competition. Everyone here has the chance to work with and learn from professionals to help validate and build a viable business over the course of the entire weekend.
I think one mistake we made early on was kind of siloing ourselves off, like blocking ourselves away and then working on something and then showing people and talking to people. But coming out into this community, getting to talk to people and talk to experts, people who are doing this every day, it makes a huge difference. Just showing them and getting feedback quicker than we would if we just went off by ourselves. So the community, I think, is what's making the difference.
In my opinion, the people that really win are the people that pitch their idea, stick around all weekend long because we establish workshops, we have mentors, we have all the tools, resources that businesses would need to learn about what it takes to start a business and create a business and continuing along that business journey.
As a small business owner, sometimes it feels like you're in the war on your own, and it's nice to be able to collaborate with different business owners and the mentors to kind of bounce ideas off of each other and support each other.
Being an entrepreneur is really lonely, and you don't find many people in that space, and when you can get all those people together who have a common interest and have common struggles, and they can learn from each other and learn how to be better at that. It's a lot of safety here and a lot of really great learning that happens.
A lot of businesses, once they complete Start Peninsula, and if they choose to Launchpad, they recognize the resources that we provide. They're around like-minded individuals, and they choose to stay there beyond those 90 days. And they can continue to operate their business from the Launchpad for up to 3 years afterwards. And then at that point, a lot of times, once they graduate, they stay in the area. It's a new business that we have in York County or in Greater Williamsburg, and then that increases the tax base, and we're building an entrepreneurial ecosystem, and everything builds within itself.
Our Economic Development Authority is a founding sponsor of this event and is proud of this year's winners: Mad Skills, Affordify, and Muddy Marley's Dog Wash. Visit startpeninsula.com to read more about these businesses. Also, get ready for Start Peninsula in 2018 with your innovative ideas.
VDOT owns, maintains, and operates most of the roadways in the county.
The Transportation Safety Commission held its first open forum and an online survey to receive input from you, our citizens, about road safety.
I think as time goes on, hopefully everybody will get used to it and learn the process.
Commission members were there to hear concerns on topics like flashing yellow lights, sharing the road with bicyclists, and road maintenance. And VDOT representatives were there to answer questions. Preliminary survey results were shared and are available on yorkcounty.gov/planning. While the survey is now closed, the Commission welcomes your input. Send your emails to planning@yorkcounty.gov. And while it's on your mind, visit our website and watch VDOT's Flashing Yellow Arrows public service announcement.
The flashing yellow arrows implement a safer, more efficient left turn for motorists.
Several intersections around the county now feature these arrows to help the flow of traffic. That's just a small selection of a great night at Bailey Field, when Grafton, Tabb, York, and Bruton High School marching bands showed off their skills to the delight of fans. You can see the entire Expo on YCSD TV, Cox 47, Verizon 39, and also on YouTube, York County School Division Marching Expo 2017. And now, here's what's in the works. We all know your York County Department of Public Works is a large team of men and women behind the scenes keeping the county infrastructure working. Utilities, stormwater, engineering, grounds, solid waste, just to name a few. And it starts with a skilled and caring team.
It's an ABC extinguisher for all 3 classes of fires.
At their recent Safety Day, staff attended demos on various topics to do their jobs better and more safely while serving our citizens. Professionals led workshops on chainsaw safety, AED training, proper use and handling of fire extinguishers, and of course, you see our staff behind the wheel of those big trucks, so driving safety was also on the schedule. Every day they do their best, and it's important that they're well trained and safe. If you want to be a part of this great team, we're hiring. Check out the job opportunities at yorkcounty.gov/human resources. Public Works does its share to keep our property and homes safe and protect the environment. Have you been to our recycling center lately? Every 2 months, York County sponsors a free hazardous waste recycling collection. You can turn in old paint cans and dangerous materials, as well as old electronics that might cost you to dispose of anywhere else. And every Saturday, there's a truck on site for donations of building materials and household items to Habitat for Humanity Restore. So you can dump your garbage and donate items all in one place. Look for hours and schedule at yorkcounty.gov/waste management. Recently, the team received an important designation from FEMA on behalf of the county, one that ultimately saves our homeowners money. FEMA Region 3 presented a certificate acknowledging the county's step from Class 8 to Class 7 in its community rating system. The county was recognized for going above and beyond the minimum standards to make us more resilient and reduce flood damage risk for homeowners. And we are one of only 25 Virginia communities that participate in the rating system.
Today, we are here to acknowledge the advancement of the city's CRS classification to a Class 7 community. This rating is something to be very proud of.
York County staff's hard work will save homeowners in flood zone areas 15% on their flood insurance premiums. Last on What's in the Works, a couple of project updates. The new 15,000+ square foot fire station is in the final stages of design, and the construction bids will be going out by the end of 2017. This will replace Fire Station Number 1, which is more than 50 years old. Both sides of Cook Road are scheduled for some new paved shoulders between Ballard Street and the northern end of Surrender Road, and Ballard Street from Cook to the Colonial Parkway. And the Queens Lake Sewer Project enters its final phase with completion set for early 2018. Thanks for watching this edition of York News. We end with highlights of the ultimate Yorktown tradition, the celebration of Yorktown Day.
Happy Yorktown Day, everyone. Happy Yorktown Day.
For the safe return home of our troops, French and American, who often fight side by side in war zones across the world.
keep before us the privations and sacrifices of our ancestors, who freely gave themselves in the cause of liberty and democracy.